Well, hello there, folks. It's me, the Knight they call MJ, and you have asked me 3 questions, and it's another special from Gerann. Seriously, people, so far it's Anime God 500 Rebirth, Kaiju Noir, and Gerann that's asking me all the main questions. You people gotta start filling me with some other questions. Otherwise, I may just have to rename the show to Ask the Knight by those 3 gentlemen. Anyway, let's not delay any further. Question 1: who would you rather be? Tom Selleck's Magnum PI, Don Johnson's Sonny Crockett, or Don Johnson's Nash Bridges? Interesting question. I haven't really seen enough of Nash Bridges to form an opinion, so I'd have to cross that one off. As much as I like Tom Selleck, I haven't seen enough of Magnum PI to merit an opinion or have any kind of merit to, say whether I want to be him or not. But the only one I've seen of any of those characters is Don Johnson's Sonny Crockett. And I like just how the guy's very savvy, he's very creative, and he just knows how to get out of most situations and, have backup plans. So I have to say Sonny Crockett. And by Sonny Crockett, I mean the Don Johnson version, not that crappy version from 2006. Sorry, folks, that movie never happened. Question 2. If you could be an antagonist and a protagonist in a movie, who would I be? Right. You want me to be the good guy and the bad guy, or the straight guy and the comedy relief? Oh my goodness. That's an interesting question. If I had to pick, I'd have to sort of settle for two roles. If they were doing a movie about Shadow the Hedgehog, which I don't see any reason why they shouldn't, because Shadow's still a big draw, even 14 years since he made his debut in Sonic Adventure 1 in 2001. I'd have to say Shadow because he's neither a good guy nor a bad guy. He's kind of anti-hero. And I kind of like people like that. They do sort of have set principles and guidelines, but they're not the golden boy. They're not the goody two-shoes. It's kind of like Stone Cold is neither Hulk Hogan nor Triple H. He's in the middle, but there's some moral ground for him. The only other one would be Dragon Ball Z's Vegeta, particularly after the Frieza saga, because you can tell the guy's still being an ass about things, but there's something quite likable about him. You can sort of see his motivation and why he does what he does. When you kind of look into the character's eyes, you can see there's a reason to everything he does. Sometimes questionable, but you can see the reasoning in what he's doing. Question 3. If you could choose between a Predator franchise, obviously, and a Xenomorph, for those not in the know, that's the Alien franchise, who would you choose and why? I'm not really a fan of either, and I suppose if I had to choose between either a Predator or the Xenomorph, I'd have to choose the Predator because there's a sense of intelligence to them, whereas with an alien or the Xenomorph, it's more feral and animalistic. At least with the Predator, although they're hunters, there's methods and reasons to how they do what they do and how and why what they do. Whereas, like I say, with an alien, it's in a similar respect to comparing vampires with werewolves. With werewolves, they're just animals, whereas with vampires, there's intelligence, there's savviness to them, and and obviously I would choose a vampire every single time. There's a thing, I don't know what it is, there's something intriguing about werewolf movies, but I'm a vampire guy, I enjoyed the Underworld series, and as most people know, I absolutely love the movie Let Me In, but not, probably because of the vampire nature, but it's the fact that, again, as I've said many times before about that movie, you don't boo them, you don't cheer them, you actually feel sorry for them. You know, the vampirism is like an illness, in a sense. It's, you know, something that, you know, an innocent being was bombarded with that he didn't deserve. So it's kind of why I lean to the vampire side a bit more. So hope that answers your question, Gerann, and a question that you didn't ask for. Well, we come to the end of another episode of Ask the Knight. And as usual, folks, you know where to send your questions, either to the comment section below or straight to my Twitter page @TheMJKnight. Until then, ask again and good night.